Namaste, it's Yogini Kala, and as I tell you, and you don't believe me, every time I go to film, this one shows up. So your crazy cat lady here, and I'm in my office today because some of you may know, if you watch regularly, there's a lot of construction going on upstairs, and it's really hard. It's making it hard for me to work. And because there's a lot of hammering, a lot of banging. So I've sort of shifted rooms, and it was this whole process. But it was really good. It's much quieter here. So anyway, I wanted to, for VEDA, Vlogging Every Day in April, just mention Louise Hay again, check out her work. And I'm on her e-list, and she sent out something a couple days ago about prosperity. And I tried to film this earlier, and I found myself sort of trying to explain some of what she says, because I think some of it could be controversial. But I hope if you're watching my channel, you are the type of spiritual person who understands that your vibration and your energy has a strong effect in the world, and even that we are in co-creation with the world, other people around us. So we have a certain responsibility, basically. So Louise Hay, this piece was on prosperity, and I have it on my blog, so I'm just going to read it. It's an excerpt. To me, true prosperity begins with feeling good about yourself. And that is really the case. I mean, if you have a lot of money but you don't feel good about yourself, you're not really going to enjoy what you have and the things that and experiences you may be able to have. You still won't really enjoy them. So she says it begins with feeling good about yourself. It's also the freedom to do what you want when you want to do it. And it is never an amount of money, it is a state of mind. Prosperity or lack of it is an outer expression. Prosperity or the lack of prosperity is an outer expression of the ideas in your head. Okay, so I know that's really, really challenging. I'm working with it myself now, these ideas. If we do not accept the idea that we deserve, she has that in quotes, that we deserve to prosper, then even when abundance falls in our laps, we will refuse it somehow. And, you know, I've had times, I had one episode some years ago where I was actually offered to be on a news channel, and I was getting a lot of publicity at the time, and someone said I was in my Venus phase, astrologically or something. And it was the culmination. I had been in several magazines, and this was like to be, you know, TV media, which felt different than the magazines, and I was really scared. And I just didn't end up, you know, I spoke to the person and I didn't follow up. And, you know, I still remember this, though it was some years ago, and I just felt like I was so afraid of this opportunity. And it's like a fork in the road. You don't know if you went down that road, you know, where you would be. So keep this in mind. I'm talking to folks who are in the U.S. and some first world countries, and really working with our mindset. I really believe this stuff can help anyone, but here in these countries, we have a lot of opportunity, even when things are going bad. They're better than for so many other parts of the world. So again, true prosperity begins with feeling good about yourself, and it is never an amount of money, it's about your state of mind, okay? Prosperity or lack of it is an outer expression of the ideas in your head. Now, I'm working also with some stuff from John Assaraf. You can check him out, and he was a poor kid, and he was getting in trouble. He met a wealthy businessman who basically mentored him over, I think, a couple of years, and it totally changed his life. And this businessman worked with him mostly with mindset and a little bit with skills, you know, increasing his skills. It was like real estate, but mostly with his mindset. So you guys have so many well-to-do people talk about, you know, come from poor backgrounds and talk about a lot of these inner qualities that we can all have. I think it you know, behooves us to try it. So I came up with a great affirmation I want to share with you before I end. And this one's great. You know, change it. And actually, I read it somewhere. I tweaked it a little bit. And I've seen it, different forms of it. So I did not invent this affirmation at all. But this one works well if you're a professional working with clients, but you can adjust it. So this affirmation for prosperity is, I work with wonderful clients for wonderful pay, doing wonderful work, and growing my wealth each day. Now, there's variations. You could do, I work with wonderful clients for wonderful pay, doing wonderful work every day. Now, because they say your subconscious is really literal, and I have actually seen that, I didn't want to do every day, because then that, you might literally end up working, Monday through Sunday. And there are people who are wealthy and honestly wealthy, through ethical means, who work maybe 3 or 4 days a week. So why put yourself in that 6 days a week category? So again, the way I'm using it right now, and I might change it, is I work with wonderful clients for wonderful pay, doing wonderful work, and growing my wealth each day. So try a variation of that, especially if you are self-employed and have your own business. And it's just putting you in a positive mindset, and, it's using, I say I work, but so it's the I am, it's in the present tense, and just very positive. Say it out loud, and you have to repeat it a lot. It starts to become then literally part of your mind, because the brain screens things out, which is good. It screens out things. It won't accept everything that you hear the first 5 times or 10 times. But if you keep repeating it, or in the case of like the media, if they keep repeating something, eventually your brain will start to believe it, even if it's not factually true. And that's kind of fascinating. So anyway, hope you have a beautiful day, and that's it for today. And I think I did miss a day. It is really hard to vlog every single day. But have a beautiful day. Bye-bye.